Hey y'all, welcome back to the kitchen. Today we thought we would kind of explore some finger foods, and when you're eating keto, it's kind of hard to always just be eating different foods, different from everybody. You get tired of cabbage and whatnot, and sometimes what do you want?
Well, especially during an occasion or an event.
Right, like we have one coming up.
Yeah, I want hamburgers.
Right? So the Super Bowl is coming up, and we like to eat finger foods whenever we Super Bowl. So one of the things that he was saying was like, hey, let's have some hamburgers or cheeseburgers. The other week I came up with an idea to take the chaffle mix that we use to make our chaffle waffles and put that into a hot cast iron skillet and see if I could make something like a bread or a cornbread or just something that would be dippable, soppable. I miss that. I like bread. And so I did, and you guys, it turned out amazing. It had a nice crispy crust on the bottom. It was the right texture. And I told him, hey, do you think we could make some like hamburger buns out of this bread? And so today we're going to try and see if we can make some hamburgers.
I bet we can do it.
I bet we can. One of the ways that we make our hamburgers is super simple. We are all about keeping it easy. You take some hamburger patties and you put them in a dry skillet with some salt and pepper and put them on a bun. Or don't, put some cheese on top of it. It's really cold outside. It's super foggy. Nobody wants to be standing at the grill.
I don't, that's for sure.
No. But you still want a hamburger, so
Yeah.
let's sear one in a pan.
Yeah, let's do
Okay?
it. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's go give it a try.
Okay.
The very first thing that I did the other week was added a little bit of avocado oil. It's got a nice high heat smoke point. Added some avocado oil to the pan, kind of rubbed it around just to ensure that this bread dough wasn't going to stick to my pan when it was in the oven. After I get it nice and greased, I'm just going to throw this into the oven so it can start heating up, because that's going to give us our nice crispy crust. So I've got the oven already heating up to 400 right now, and now I've got this greased and I'm going to throw it into the oven. Okay, now that that is over there in the oven getting hot and getting happy, let's go ahead and mix up our dough. Okay, Rich, come help.
Okay.
Okay, what is the basic recipe for us for this bread?
The base for our bread recipe is really easy. It is 5 eggs, 1 cup of almond flour, and 3 cups of mozzarella cheese. From there, then, you tell it what you want it to be. So if you want it to be breakfast, like for chaffles, you could add sweetener to it. If you want it to be a bun or a base for curry, maybe you add some spice to it. Today, we're going to use it as a bun for hamburgers. So we're not going to add anything sweet. We'll probably add a little bit of garlic powder, onion powder, just some stuff to make it taste good. The order in which you add these, while it doesn't necessarily matter, if you put the cheese in before you mix everything up, then the eggs don't really get mixed in well. So I like to do the eggs in, and then the almond flour in, and then mix it, and then I'll put the cheese in. Now I'm just going to add a few spices just to enhance the flavor. We're going to add some salt and pepper, granulated garlic. Okay, everything's all mixed up. Now I'll add the cheese. Okay, 3 cups of mozz. Mix that in, and you can see it's a really thick, it's a thick batter. Due to the size of our pan, our cast iron skillet, we doubled the recipe.
Okay, now that the pan is nice and hot from being in the oven, I'm gonna add this batter to it. It may sizzle a little bit, but not too much. And as you can see, it's kind of looking like batter, y'all. All right, now I'm just gonna sort of mash it around. Get it nice and spread out. And try to make it the same thickness all the way around. If I used the single recipe rather than doubling it, just a smaller pan, and I have a smaller pan, but I wanted more dough. I wanted more buns than that. Okay, more bread. It's happy. All right, let's throw this in the oven, and then while this is in the oven cooking, we're gonna get our hamburgers going, and hopefully they get done at the same time. Fast and easy. When we got our beef processed at our local processor, they put it into these things they call chubs, so it's tubes. And I can't see what's in it, but I know that it's good because we grew it. Now, I had to come up with a quick and easy way to make hamburger patties one day, and I've just kind of stuck with it. And I'm gonna show you guys a trick. You may already know this, but here we go. All right, so I'm gonna cut it in half and squeeze out my meats. And then I'm gonna cut it in half again. Take the wrapper off. And now I have quarter pounders because that was 1 pound of meat. Next thing, take a plate and just mash it straight onto your cutting board. That way I'm not taking time and pattying them and all of the things that goes with it. It's a beef burger. I just want it to be beef and some seasonings. So I mash it, and now I have beef burgers. Salt and pepper both sides, throw it in a hot pan, voila. Now that I have my hamburgers all shaped the way that I want them, quickly as I can, I'm gonna add some salt and pepper. Go ahead and add garlic salt, onion, some cayenne, anything, whatever seasoning it is that you like on your hamburgers. Okay, we've got our hamburgers all pattied and seasoned and ready to go. Our skillet is on medium heat over here getting hot. Yes, it's dry and getting hot. And what that's gonna do is give our burgers a nice crispy crust. Let's get them sizzling. Let's check underneath these babies. Let's see. They're smelling really good. All right, they're starting to get nice and brown. Let's roll these over. We like our hamburgers to be medium rare. Oh yeah, look at that. Do you see that crispy crust? I like it crunchy on the outside and pink on the inside. All right, so I'm gonna scoot these over because they're getting a little smaller than they were. And I can put a couple of these other ones on here that I got left.
We like cheese on our hamburgers, so I'm grating a little bit of cheddar.
Let's have another peek at these burgers. I think they're getting really close. Oh yeah. I think these are done enough for me. I'm gonna pull these first few off. Be ready to flip over. Yep. All right, our bread is looking pretty good. It's started to rise. It's not quite brown enough on the top yet. We're gonna give it another few minutes and then we'll open it and have a look. These are done now. All right, let's take a peek. Oh, nice. Look, it is nice and brown on the top. Let's pull that out. And then we'll let it set up. Yeah, I think it'll work. What do you think?
Looks good.
All in all, I think that this bread has been in the oven for about 20 to 25 minutes. Just make sure that it gets nice and toasted on the top. Nice texture on the top, and then you'll know that it's done. It's just going to depend on how thick you make your dough. So you're going to have to play that a little bit by ear. I think a good idea with this type of mixture is to let it set up, just like you do on like if you're making a pizza dough or something. We want to let it set because it's egg, it's cheese, and almond flour. So letting it kind of cool down and come together, I think, is a really good idea. You guys are going to learn with us because we've not ever done this before. So I think I'm going to cut the edges off and we can use those for like garlic sticks. And then I will maybe make squares so that we can cut them and slice them. Let's see. Cut the edges off. Okay. And then let's see, how big of a, maybe I'll just go to the other side like that and like that, and it'll be almost a square. How about that? One for me, one for you?
Okay.
Okay.
I just used a bread knife now and cut these slices that Shelley just took out of the pan, cut them in half. All right, I didn't get it exact, but it'll work.
Okay. Let's make some hamburgers. Some mustard and some sugar-free ketchup with maybe some dill pickles. Do you want pickles on yours?
Yes, please.
Okay. Would you like yours messy?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good. Because that's probably the way it's going to turn out to be. How about pickles beside yours?
Perfect. All right, let's give these things a try.
Okay.
There is a burger and there is a bun. Looks like a hamburger to me.
Okay.
All right. Nice.
You know what? It tastes like a hamburger.
It sure does.
It really does. You really get the beef and the mustard and the cheese and all that. And the bread or the dough doesn't really have a lot of like flavor. It doesn't taste like egg or anything like that because you put the seasoning and everything in there.
Yeah.
And I think it really gives it a nice texture and you can pick it up and eat it.
Oh, yeah.
So I would say that it is a success in that it is finger food and it is a hamburger.
Definitely.
Yeah?
Yeah, very good.
Would you do it again?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Good. We're so glad that you guys stopped by our kitchen to hang out with us again today. Give these recipes a try. Remember, keep it simple and cook at home so that you can eat healthy and keto friendly.
That's right.
And until next time, bye y'all.
Bye, y'all.